Okay, so here we have our C10 dashboard. This is going to be made for the billet version of Reversion Raceworks C10 dashboard that they normally 3D print. So we're going to go through some basic stuff on how I have it fixtured and some of the methods for tooling and operations for cutting this out. For the first operation, obviously here I have it flipped. But you can see here, I have a couple of variations because it actually made it easier to machine, and I'll go over that. But let's get the basic setup out of the way. Stock, 1.5" by 10 by 23 inches is the raw stock, and I have it, the model positioned, I think it's about, it looks like it's here, I think it's about 40 thou underneath the surface there. We have just enough raw material to make this work without going to a bigger size. For first operation, I'm actually going to be machining out this end first. And the reason I do that is because then I can grab the backside to where the Holly dash sits in. Now, if you don't know, this C10 dash is to hold a Holly 12-inch Pro dash. That's what it's designed for. And you have your lights, I believe, lights and wiper controls, factory control locations there. So if you don't know, it is for a Holly Pro dash. Obviously, this is on the higher end, being a billet aluminum piece. So the price is going to be different. I don't know if he's advertising the price for these, but I'm sure if you call, you can get a price from him. So I'm only making these for him, obviously. As you'll notice, the profile, the angle here. So that, in a 3-axis machine, it is kind of a large part. It wasn't difficult to get it to achieve that to a level that is acceptable. And of course, everybody's interpretation of acceptable varies, right? However, this part specifically is going along against the OEM dash part. I think it's a 2-piece dash for these trucks. But anyway. So, and I'll show you what I did there. It was actually kind of like a scallop with a ball end mill. And it was the easiest way to achieve a consistent flatness, if you will, or consistency for it meeting up against the OEM part of the truck dash. You could see these are on an angle here. So it was a little difficult to get into that corner, but I managed to achieve that. And again, a lot of this stuff isn't going to be seen. Being a kind of a billet dash, you know, there should be steps taken to make every, area as a CNC machinist as best as possible with what you're given. And it is difficult, but it is achievable. And obviously, there are, to have something that's at an angle tighter than 90 degrees, it's just really not going to happen for a 3-axis machine. And I would imagine probably a little difficult on a 4-axis. You're really not going to get in there. Obviously, the best way to do this is a radius. I don't know. I assume that feature is the way it is from this surface to this surface here. But anyway, I did achieve that just by doing steps to a point, which again I'll get into, by running a contour feature. And I think it only left, I can't say for certain, but it's not that noticeable. And again, this feature is hidden. You can't see this. This is the back side of the dash. So real quick, I wanted to go over the different versions I have of this dash and the reasons why. Here you can see I eliminated the holes here and I eliminated the steering column cutout there. And I did that to make the features stand out a whole lot easier to be able to machine this surface. Now, in a previous video, I had talked about ball end mills and corner radius end mills to achieve this. So what you're going to see here is the actual machining of, you'll see this whole top feature here. I do have some basic video of some basic B-roll of machining this side. Not really the focus of it, but you'll see every bit of kind of this machining, and then I'm going to kind of step back in and we'll focus on machining these surfaces here, so which are kind of difficult, but this part now is parallel to the, the face of this dash is parallel to here. You just have this angle here. I forgot what that is. I think it's 1.8 degrees, looks like 2 degrees. Okay, so let's get into, let me see what this other dash is. I forgot what this one was. Okay, this was just a version where there's no holes for the headlight and the wiper switches. So we got that. So let's go back up to this part, this variation of the dash, and we'll go over to the manufacturer space here. So here for our setup one, we're doing an adaptive, obviously. We're roughing all the way down. And what you'll notice too is in this part, it is stepped back pretty significantly. So you have this ledge here for the Holley dash to sit on. Well, when we're machining it, when it's in this orientation and we're machining it, you can't get into there. That benefits us when we go to flip this part over and we go to grab this part in between this surface and this surface here. When we go to grab it in between those surfaces, we have a whole lot more strength. And as we go to one of the last features is to machine the inside of this pocket when it is flipped, when this whole part is flipped. When we go to machine that, we very slowly walk down it to machine it. And we were careful to check the torque on the vise so that we're not crushing that part. Let's go back over to the manufacturer space. All right, and we have a general face mill, 45-degree shell mill, face mill. I'm coming around here, looks like I'm doing a pass here. Now when we run this pass, you can see here, that's not the final pass for this feature. So now we're getting into a pocket. Our tool 3 here is our 1/2-inch 4 flute. That's from our Mari tool catalog, and that is just eating chips. Our face, like I said, is a shell mill, and then here our number 4 tool is our 3/8 3 flute, kind of a finishing / medium roughing tool, and as well as we're finishing the pocket in here. Parallel, I'm kind of roughing this down. Now the adaptive with our 1/2-inch tool is leaving 30 thou. So I'm kind of just taking a little bit of the bulk off of this. And as you can see here, we're going to get pretty close to this wall. And this is going to kind of help us finish off. Let's see if I can catch it here. I don't know if that's the last. Let me just go all the way to the end here. Okay, so it is. So we're kind of getting pretty close there, but there's also one more feature that we do. But this kind of roughs it down gets that surface prepared. Bores, we're doing the 6-bolt holes here that hold the holly dash down. Tool 5 is a 3/16 3 flutes. Tool 6 is our 1/4 inch, and these are all long reach reduced shank tooling. So we have that. This is kind of just going down, doing our contour. Yeah, it's 2D contour, just makes it easier. So we're kind of doing that. Next, we're going to come in here, we're going to adapt this down. Same tool, 1/4 inch. This is a 1/4 inch 3 flute. We're going to do a contour, and then we're going to do a pocket. Now here it's a little easier, so we're actually cleaning up this contour feature there with that. Again, this tool, our number 4, kind of comes pretty close. So it does clean it up pretty well. Let's see. Okay, so here we have another contour feature, and we're just coming right up to it. So you can see we're just, let me see if I can get, you can see here, we're just leaving that little bit there. And it doesn't affect anything, so I'm not too concerned about it. You could get a smaller tool in there and step it down, of course. That's obviously an option. Tool 7 is our 1/8 inch 3 flute. We're just doing the finished contour in here. We're taking it easy because we roughed it with a 1/2 inch tool, so we're kind of stepping down. So more of just a final finishing, but a little heavy on a little light on the step down. We're not going too crazy on that. And then we're just doing one kind of finish pass. I guess we're leaving stock here as much as I can remember. Tool 9. Tool 9 is that's a Niagara A345 with a 2-inch flute. It's a great tool. We're just now coming up and cleaning up majority of these surfaces as it wraps around. So all these surfaces, it's going to follow the simple contour line and just kind of wrap around and clean everything up. I kind of ran this again, and that's because that for this one dash, tool number 9 was kind of beat up and I wasn't happy with the finish, so I just kind of ran that. And then here, this sticks out a little lower, this section from here over, this little tiny corner there. So just had to get that so that when we flip it, we don't have to try to come back and match that to the remaining surfaces. So we do that real quick. Okay, so here's it is steep and shallow, Operation Infusion 360. And it works great, it's pretty quick. It's just kind of peace of mind. I really tried many different variations of programming to ensure that we have a consistent finish. And in all honesty, you'll see it kind of looks like real fine 3D printing. But again, it really doesn't matter. All right, so now we're doing our chamfers. Going over every surface that we can reach here. Looks like we're doing the holes on the top side of this. I'm running a trace program, T14. I think it's a 82 degree, 1/8 inch, 90 degree drill mill. So now we're just kind of coming around the outside. Trace is the best program you can use for this, in my opinion. And again, we're just coming up, just trying to get what we can and do the insides here within our reach, obviously. And we're doing the holes. Now these holes aren't drilled yet, they get drilled from the top side. But we want to finish off our part, right? We want to do as little as possible, so now we're doing the chamfers on the back sides. So when it does bore the hole, it's relatively done. All right, so that's it for op 1. It gets taken out and it gets cleaned up and gets ready for op 2.